Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. Today is Tuesday, May 3, 2022. Sun in Taurus and a waxing crescent moon in Gemini. We create strength and security in our lives by drawing in what we need from reliable sources. And we have an inner drive to cogitate, analyze, envision, and plan, but most of all to communicate. The waxing crescent moon in Gemini is a true blessing, friends, giving us mental sharpness for solving problems and choosing the path forward during the phase of the moon when we're setting our goals and making our plans. Solar Beltane began a couple of days ago. This is the midpoint celebration of spring, halfway between spring equinox and summer solstice. It's important to celebrate our material resources at this time. Our bodies, our jobs and businesses, the sources of our livelihood are all the subject of our rituals and prayers of strength and increase. 2 weeks from today, we will celebrate lunar Beltane with a full moon and a lunar eclipse in Taurus's opposing sign, Scorpio. So these next 2 weeks are significant, and they are an excellent time into which we can pour our intentions and prayers toward appreciating the sun as it moves toward peak influence. Like cheering our favorite team onto the field, our rituals now reflect our enthusiasm and our hopes for a successful season. I'm going to get right into the aspects, friends, but first I will point out the handcrafted key on the right-hand side of the page. Most of the symbols on the page have made it into the key, so if you desire a point of reference, it's right there. And friends, I want to apologize to you again for the rougher than usual look of my drawings. I am on the road and I didn't bring the little googly eyes that I normally use to make my circles, so they're a little strange looking right now. But I think the intention still comes across. I've otherwise divided the page into 2 columns, one for each of our luminaries. The moon is the luminary that sheds light on our inner lives. This is your relationship with yourself, what it feels like for you to be in your body, heart, and mind, and in your home. The transits and aspects the moon makes are all very brief, and they have a subtle impact on those things you think, feel, know, and intuit, but may choose whether to express. The sun is the luminary that sheds light on our outer lives. This is the outward expression of yourself in the world, specifically your work, social, and civic spaces. I address the sun and the rest of the planet's movements on this side because they have a greater effect on that outward expression. We begin on the moon side today at 9:41 this morning, Central Standard Time, friends. Moon goes square to Mars. So Aries, Gemini, Cancer, and Scorpio may especially feel this one. Being assertive right now or action-oriented may come across in the heart or home as impatient or pushy, okay? So if there's something that you want to do, communicate about it, use your words. And then on the sun side today at 5:33 this afternoon, Jupiter goes sextile to Pluto. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces, you have ruling planets here. This aspect will be with us through the 6th. So it's as though Jupiter, pardon my pause, friends, it's as though Jupiter here is conspiring with Pluto to bring us some ease of functioning, that sextile aspect there. As we move through this period of transformation, this aspect is with us through the 8th, and it promises us some access to grace in transition. Take it where you find it, friends. It's all for personal growth. In the ongoing column, Venus sextile Pluto will be with us through the 6th. And so, this is the recall of the conversation that we've been having about the expansion of our vessel for receiving energy and resources. This aspect merges our personal receptive capacity with emotional and intuitive depth in a working relationship that generates good outcomes right there. We love more deeply right now. We feel more profoundly for the people and things that we value the most. So spend some time with those people that you feel the most attached to. Find ways to express the depth and the breadth of your appreciation for one another, and together we may be able to create something beautiful and new. Mercury sextile Venus will be with us through May 11. This has been bringing us positive, cooperative vibes between the intellect and our ability to attract what we need and desire for a couple of weeks now. Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, and Libra have ruling planets right here. So we're now empowered to negotiate the terms by which we receive attention, affection, compensation. Please be realistic, okay? Take inflation into account. Take the emotional, physical, and mental labor that you're doing into account. Ask for what you truly need. Venus here requires that we have a sense that our relationships are balanced. Venus wants to feel that balance in our relationships. And that can take some advocating for ourselves. Now's the time to do that with Mercury in this cooperative vibration with Venus. Mercury sextile Jupiter will be with us through the 28th. Now, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces may notice this the most. Ask and you can receive. This month we have exceptional mental clarity regarding the big picture in our lives. It's time to articulate our bigger, more complex and rewarding ideas and plans for ourselves. Lay them out and pay attention to the details. Your efforts are blessed again with positive outcomes. And then Mercury trine Pluto is here with us through the 19th of June. Gemini, Virgo, and Scorpio, these are ruling planets for you. Pluto is now retrograde, which is part of what extends this aspect past a couple of days. I see ideal, positive functioning between our ability to think, plan, and communicate and the transformations that we are undergoing, those deep and total changes that we're going through. And Pluto is retrograde through October 8th. It's about a 6-month retrograde. Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio, but it's important to understand that Pluto, it takes like 25 to 30 years for Pluto to go through one sign. So you may actually only see Pluto transit 3 or 4 signs during your lifetime. It doesn't really necessarily speak to us on an individual level. It speaks to us more on a collective level. Pluto's final retrograde in Capricorn is bound to bring in the intensity as we go through some final, for now, shifts in our internal sense of what works for us to achieve our goals and build something strong. This is also a time when things that don't work, like bad habits, toxicity in our relationships, or poor money management, will be painfully clear to us. Jupiter goes sextile to Pluto this afternoon, like I said. So this gives us the grace to move through the changes we have to make as easily as we may. So keep your eyes open for opportunities to step in the right direction and take them when you see them. Okay, so Pluto retrograde, doing some transformational stuff of our foundations and stability on the inside, transformation of our idea of what works, what is tried and true. And then this Jupiter sextile Pluto is just another really positive sign. All of these aspects right now are very positive aspects, saying, you know, we can negotiate and we can get through this with ease and grace. And again, I encourage you to be a willing participant in the transformations that you have coming upon you. Okay, so if you see an ending coming up, move toward it in the most positive way that you possibly can. Again, and also if you see a beginning coming up, move toward it in the most positive way you possibly can. Don't drag your feet or ho and hum about it or try to resist things that we know are going to happen, okay? Tomorrow, Mars will go sextile to Uranus, bringing about a sense of spontaneity and fun to our activities. Thursday, Sun will go conjunct to Uranus, revealing to us all of the changes that are underway in and around us. So if there's something that you're not aware of that's shifting in your life, it's probably going to become obvious to you soon. And then this Sunday brings our first quarter moon in Leo. This is a time to set plans into action. Okay, friends, that's it for today's astrology. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please like my video, subscribe, and click the notifications bell. I post here every day, and I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. And friends, I truly appreciate it when you comment to ask questions or provide encouragement. I want to go back and apologize again about, I believe it was Sunday. It was very late getting posted up on Sunday. I just found myself in an area where I couldn't get the data and the Wi-Fi to work as well for me as it normally does. But I appreciate your patience and I appreciate you for tuning in anyway. It isn't just gratifying for me to know that you're listening when you comment, but it lets YouTube know that you're engaged in the content, and I can see that you're engaged in the content, and for that I'm very grateful. Also, if you know anyone for whom this guidance may resonate, I encourage you to share. Sharing is caring. Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes to talk about Tarot as it relates to astrology today. First, I will discuss the Tarot card that sits on the side of the page. Then I'll do a quick rundown of today's astrology before throwing a random card that hopefully speaks to today's energies. So let's go ahead and get into that. The Tarot card that sits on the side of the page right now is the Six of Pentacles, and it relates directly to the second 10 days of the Sun's transit through the sign of Taurus. So Six of Pentacles is about your earthly resources. We're very much talking about our earthly resources right now, especially the transformations that we're going through, the changes that we're going through, the way that we have to advocate for ourselves right now. It's about getting what we need to thrive and to move forward in our lives, okay? So Six of Pentacles is about your health and your wealth, and it's about a time when you have gained enough that you can be generous with others. Like you've counted up all of your coins, you've counted all of your blessings, let's say your physical resources, and you see that you have so much that not only can you take very good care of yourself, but you can start to take care of others and contribute to their growth and their transformation as well. So Six of Pentacles is just a reminder when we are rich in physical resources, when we have made all the money that we need to make to support ourselves, when we have gotten our place to ourselves to a place of like good physical well-being, then we have something more to share, and it's time to think about sharing it. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some cards here while I remind myself and the cards that the Sun is in Taurus. And I didn't write this down up there, but Uranus is also in Taurus right now. Uranus in Taurus is really sort of a theme of making shifts and changes to that stuff that makes us feel secure, which can be kind of an insecure feeling, but we're really going through it right now. And we've got a lot of positive stuff going on with Venus, which rules Taurus right now, in terms of the transformations and changes that we're going through. So I'm going to call it a positive thing that Uranus is in Taurus with the Sun right now. Sun in Taurus is just this time at the end of spring, the beginning of summer, where things are really starting to heat up outside. The plants are putting down their roots and really starting to grow green and strong. And our plans can do so as well. And the rest of our physical resources, our health and our wealth and our finances can also grow strong at this time. And then, the waxing crescent moon is just an invitation to set goals. Moon in Gemini asks us to communicate in any way that it works for us to communicate, artistically, through dance, through singing, or just through having conversations, communicating, writing, whatever it is that you do to communicate well. as you are setting your intentions, making your plans, setting your goals, this is what we're doing right now with the waxing crescent moon in Gemini. And on the moon side of the page, we had that one aspect, it's a little bit of a challenging aspect. It's moon square Mars. Says, listen, you might feel an urge to act. You might feel a little impatient or restless in the heart or in the home today. But if you move forward, if you act, the challenge is that you might come across as sort of pushy or impatient, and we don't want to to scare people that way. So, have a conversation. If there's something you want to act on, have a conversation with somebody that you're keeping close to you, so that so that you can make sure that your actions are coming from the right intentions in the right space, and that they're going to go over well with the people around you. Okay. And then on the sun side of the page, Jupiter went sextile to Pluto today, or goes sextile to Pluto today. This is really going to, we've been talking about these changes with all of this other stuff, right? Being able to express the depths of our feelings. We had that Jupiter conjunct with Neptune for a while that was just like, expanded inspiration, expanded desire for growth and creativity. And so we got this bigger, better idea of what we can be, do, and have for ourselves. And now we're just having all these conversations. It's Mercury over here, just having all these conversations about what it is that we'd like to receive, how much more we need to receive, what is our big plan for ourselves, and how are we going to express that. And all the while, Pluto has gone retrograde. So, while we're having these conversations, we're having changes of heart. We're having changes of vision on the inside for ourselves of what it takes to achieve the next level. Okay. Like our idea of what is tried and true, our idea of what kind of labor, what kind of efforts are actually going to work to get us there are shifting as well. So, keep having those conversations and be willing to try a new approach. Be willing to let the old way of doing things go by the wayside in favor of something that is going to work better for you. And you can see that, so it. All right, and it is solar Beltane. Normally the solar and lunar celebrations come closer together, so we just have a few days to celebrate them together. It's that we're like 3 days into the solar Beltane, and it's like a week and a half before we have the lunar Beltane with the full moon and full moon eclipse in the sign of Scorpio. So during these 2 weeks, it's an appropriate time to be celebrating Beltane, which is a time to celebrate the physical resources you have as you intend and pray and plan for their increase and strength, increase in numbers and strength. Okay, and with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and toss this card down. And we got the Nine of Pentacles, friends. This is beautiful. So Pentacles and Pentacles for one thing. So we've got earth resources and earthly resources here. Six of Pentacles is a time when you can be generous. Nine of Pentacles is an even greater success, and you can kind of see this person. They're working in their garden. They seem pretty comfortable. They have grown a lot of physical resources there for themselves. They have plenty to choose from. They have plenty to share. It's a very peaceful way of being when you have all the resources that you need and you can just sort of do your work in comfort. And that's what Nine of Pentacles says. Nine of Pentacles is kind of the minor arcana version of the Empress. I know we had the Empress recently. And the Empress is, a very well-resourced individual who uses their access to those resources in order to share and to be supportive of all the people that rely on them. And Nine of Pentacles has very much that vibe as well. So it's a place of great security. Like this is security. This is even greater security. And it's also a time when you can sort of sit back and just enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? It looks like this person has some tomatoes on the vine way more than they really need. So, you can pluck some tomatoes and go fix yourself a tomato sandwich, or, create something delicious for your family with that. And that's probably what I see the Nine of Pentacles, person in the Nine of Pentacles doing. So it's a time of ease, and it's a time to, reflect on the hard work that you've done and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Very much like the Six of Pentacles. Only with the Six of Pentacles, you're enjoying the fruits of your labor by sharing it with other people. I have no doubt that the Nine of Pentacles will also share the fruits of their labor with other people. So there's the message, right? Celebrate what you have in terms of physical resources. Celebrate your ability to support yourself and to thrive in the world. And, also plan for, pray for, and give gratitude for the constant growth and increase in those physical resources. That's what we do around the time of Beltane. And I believe that's all I have to say about that today, friends. Let me see here. Yeah, pretty much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your presence. I truly do. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.